2017. I just wanted to talk about a couple of my favorite albums from 2016 in no particular order. So let's go. Wait. Now when I first got this album, I knew what I was getting into before I even popped it in. A bunch of killer riffs, some machine precise drumming, shreddy blues and guitar solos, and maybe even a little of that. Along with vocals that sound like a blender stuffed with glass and 15 packs of menthol. And I absolutely love all of that. Double D and Co know exactly how to make just some head-banging death thrash and crafted one of their most memorable albums. Make sure you check out Exultation for some wonderful guest work from Marty Friedman. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard this group, I wasn't immediately sold on the song Words of Wisdom. The intro had this groovy Mudvayne vibe, but the rest just didn't hit. But I decided to give it a try anyway, and I'm glad I did, because this album is a catchy slab of some extreme metalcore. On tracks like Sit, Stay, Roll Over, and Captain's Clock, they bring the heavy, while on tracks like Pisces and the monster track I Speak Astronomy, show just how flexible this band is with blending styles and making something unique to them. Also, Homegirl got a set of pipes on her who loaded. Usually when a band switches vocalists, I get a tad bit worried, but with their previous album, The Eye of Providence, the Agonists proved that they were able to make something just as good, if not better, with the fresh injection of new blood. Now, when they say that they're going to go down a more melodic sound, I get worried again, but 5 made me realize that if I have doubts for these guys, just to toss it out the window. They know what they're doing. Check out The Hunt and The Chain, and my personal favorite from the album, The Raven's Eyes. That song still gives me chills to this day. It'll all be over soon. Alright, look. I can say this with no shame or irony. This is a damn fine album. I originally listened to this because I wanted to hear the entire Elevator trilogy, and I didn't want to go into Jay-Z's 444 album completely blind. And without all the hype surrounding the album's release, this is an astoundingly mature album that spans quite a few genres, and it just burrows in your ear like a worm. Check out tracks like Don't Hurt Yourself and 6 Inch and Freedom, which has a great guest verse by Kendrick Lamar and some fantastic sample use. Hell, check out Daddy Lessons. It's a country song and it has a very unfortunate name. Full disclosure, I don't remember how I came across this band, but I do remember listening to Backbreaker and getting pulled in by the chorus. And the bass solo. Wait, that doesn't go there. And after listening to their self-titled album, I found myself listening to something that, while it didn't break much new ground with metalcore, it just stuck with me. I always get reminded of Internal Revolution by Diecast when I listen to this album. It's pure metalcore, plain and simple. But it's good metalcore. Wait a minute. Darkness divides. Darkness divided. So when this group got announced, I was super excited. Both Tommy Vext and Tim Young. Tim Young is no longer smashing skins for Westfield Massacre. So the new band from Tommy Vext sounds like the best parts of Divine Heresy if they made sweet, sweaty, macaroni mixing sounding sex with Killswitch Engage and had a weird music. I lost this analogy. Tommy Vext is no longer eating microphones for Westfield Massacre. Of course. At least we have Bad Wolves. I miss God Forbid anyway. Check out Time to Rise with the Alchemy intro, Darkness Divides, and Consummation of Disgrace for some really good Westville Massacre music. Then go check out Bad Wolves. I swear these guys are machines. How are you going to put out such a great album not even a year after you put out a great double album? Periphery 3, Select Difficulty, just boggles my mind. It's that nearly perfect blend of memorable melodies, riffs that bounce between melodic to techy to groovy enough to make even the most diehard detractors bob their heads, and has some of the best vocal performances by their frontman. It's a strong album by a band that shows no sign of slowing down their momentum. Holy cow, did this album come out of nowhere. I learned about these guys back in 2013 with their Vibration Color Frequency EP, and kinda wrote them off then, which was a huge mistake if I do say so myself. This album is a delight. It's a hard to pin down mix of frantic progressive metal with a strong melodic edge. It's infectious to listen to, and more often than not, you'll find yourself singing along with the earworms that put Sandworms and Doom to shame when it comes to size. My only real gripe with this album is that it feels so short. Anyway, standout tracks are Lace and Anchor, Blue, Diamonds for Gold, and the album closer, Waltz of Madman. You know, I never really got why this band was so controversial. I guess that's the word. I'm not gonna get into it here. For now, I'm just here for the music timber pieces to scum and got off easy. Honor is Dead is the perfect blend of radio metal and grit. It's heavy as hell, it's filled with riffs stacked on top of riffs, and slinging around enough meaty hooks to make a Cenobite go. Check out Cascade, Censorship, and World on Fire for some really good material. Before we get into this next one, I want to read you an excerpt from Urban Dictionary. Slept on, meaning to be overlooked or ignored, not given their proper respect. Now, why am I reading this to you? That's simple. Man, I could slap myself for not listening to Run the Jewels when I first heard about them. It was on that DJ Shadow song, Nobody Speak. As for Run the Jewels 3 itself, I mean, what exactly can I say about it? It's a phenomenal piece of work. It's art. LP and Killer Mike are at the top of their game right now, and this album is filled with a flurry of raucous rhythms, complex rhymes, and enough attitude to fuel a small country for a year while it declares war. And it's filled with the signature commentary and personal story that these guys have become known for. You want some tracks to check out? Try Don't Get Captured, Legend Has It, Call Tickerton, and Thieves are a few of my personal favorites. Rap metal has gotten a bit of a bad rap lately, but there are a few really good bands out there that can successfully blend the two. And that's where Fire from the Gods comes in. And now I use the term rap metal loosely with these guys because out of the entirety of Narrative, they hit on quite a few styles, from the Seven Dust style rocker that is In Transmission to the punkish Diversion and the outright metallic onslaught of Public Enemy. These guys run the marathon of styles without ever betraying their own signature sound and have an album that lyrically discusses the journey of being a minority in America. And it's pretty personal and poignant, but it also has enough material for you to headbang to. Go ahead and listen to those songs I mentioned. Also listen to Lifeline. Man, this album always puts me in a trance. It's filled to the brim with breakneck drums, a whirlwind of guitar and vocals that run the gamut from brutal to downright tortured. And it's all held together in this womb of ambient sounds and guitar work, synth pads, and the occasional angelic voice. It all comes together to make this hypnotic expanse that you just lose yourself into. Good tracks to check out: The Scar Queen, The Void Alone, and Winds for Wings. Now this is my album of 2016. I know this list isn't in any order, I said that at the beginning, but this was my album of the year. Look, I wasn't expecting another album from these guys ever. Then seemingly out of nowhere, they dropped what is some of their best work. While They Were Sleeping is a concept album about a failed musician rising up against a monarchy in New York, and this album has the band firing on all cylinders. Lyrically and vocally, frontman Coma has never sounded so good, and he is pushing his vocal range to the limit. Flowing between soft LaJohn Witherspoon style crooning on Opaque to throat-ripping screams on The Whole World Will Burn. Look, I could gush and heap praises on this album. It's one of my favorite albums, not just of 2016, but period. You want a track to listen to? Listen to the whole damn thing, beginning to end. That's my strange, out-of-order list of my favorite albums from 2016. And I'm still getting the hang of this, so I want to thank you for putting up with me in my erratic schedule. I'm going to go play some video games now. I'm DJ, and this is TankBox TV. And if I had a better sound off, I would use it.